Hey, what's going on, guys? Dan here from Henry Monster Designs. So, it is a new year, and with a new year comes new product. Let's go ahead and do a little rundown here of each new product that you see. Now, some of these aren't new per se, but new paint schemes, which oftentimes new paint schemes, new variations, if you will, can be just as popular or just important as a whole new product in itself. Because a paint scheme, a variant, if you will, can change the complexion of a prop or a mask entirely. And so that's why we try to offer as many of those as we can. So let's start with the little guy that I think personally, and a lot of people have said, is, well, cute. Kind of odd for a for a place called Henry Monster Designs. But don't let the smile fool you. This little guy right here. This guy's named Jack Jr. Now, we do have two variations of him. And this is actually two styles, but we also have a lot of paint variations. So he comes equipped with a whole bunch of different things that you want to do or that you can do. So right here, this is the prop head version. So as you can see, he is not carved out. He does not light up, but he's a prop head. Now you say, well, what is a prop head for? So as the title would insinuate, it's to build a prop, essentially, if you want. Or you can just kind of, put him on a stand and set him on your mantle, if you will. However, he is best for making a prop. Maybe with the idea I had in mind was a scarecrow, but that's just my idea. You buy him, you can make him into anything you want. He would also just look good on a nearby fence post or on a porch, on a patio. But you can do so many different things with this little guy. So he's just hollow latex. And this is obviously the orange version with the green leaf version. Now, we have a multitude of paint versions with this guy. So obviously the orange, but we can also do a rotten orange. So that's going to entail a much darker ink wash with some black and some white paint in there, which will actually look like mold and, like he's been sitting on the porch for, till probably January, February, instead of being picked up on November 1st. And also, with the white version, we can do the rotten as well. But there's more than just those paint schemes. We can actually do the fall version of the leaves, which you'll see on this guy. And then we can actually do what's called the guts version. So we can do orange with some pumpkin guts and seeds, and we can do white with some pumpkin guts and some seeds. And so there's a whole just slew of paint schemes you can do on them. And we also actually will offer just custom ones. So if you wanted to paint them like a clown, well, we could do that. And as usual, any kind of custom paint schemes, no extra charge. So let's go on to the other variation of Classic Jack. Or excuse me, I got ahead of myself. That's Classic Jack. This is his son, Jack Jr. And so this is the light up jack-o'-lantern version of Jack Jr. As you can see right now, there's a red light in him. And this is the fall leaf variation with the classic orange. He will also come in the white variation. He'll also come in the rotten orange or the rotten white. And this kind of blurs the lines with another product up here, but introducing a new paint scheme, the blackout paint scheme, which is what you see on this guy. So we will do blackout on any jack-o'-lantern. Black jack-o'-lanterns apparently are becoming a thing. I had that idea in 2023. I never pulled the trigger, but earlier this year I decided, hey, why not? So the classic orange is the most popular, of course. When people think pumpkin, they think orange. But if you want to get crazy, we can do the rotten variations. Like I said, we can do the white. And he also can come with pumpkin guts and seeds. And if you want a lot of guts, we can have the fake pumpkin guts coming out of the mouth and the eyes, really whatever you want. All those options are listed on henrymonsterdesigns.com right now. So since we already mentioned him, we will move on to Mr. 78. So this guy is named Mr. 78 because he is a play on the jack-o'-lantern in the opening credits of the John Carpenter film 1978 original. You always have to specify that, Halloween. So with some exaggerations, of course, to try to get our own style in there. And as I said earlier, he is the blackout version. So obviously we'll offer him in the classic orange like this guy. We'll offer him in the white, the rotten variations, like I said, with guts. And we can actually make any of these guys frozen, just like this guy, which will lead us to him. So this is the Classic Jack, as I misspoke before. So this is the Classic Jack. This is the frozen variation. So again, Classic Jack is available in all the paint schemes I've listed, and all the light up jack-o'-lanterns are available with blue lights, or red lights, or green lights, or the classic flame orange lights. And all the lights that we provide are battery operated. An upgrade is available for a plug-in light, but we can get to that one later. But this is the frozen variation. I haven't seen a lot of frozen variations within jack-o'-lantern props, and so I thought I'd go ahead and make one because typically October is cold in most places, not all. But if you don't have any snow and you don't have any cold, we got you covered because we can make at least your jack-o'-lanterns look cold. So, but of course he also has the blue because, you know, frozen. But that's all of our new jack-o'-lanterns and some of our jack-o'-lanterns overall. You'll see one more jack-o'-lantern here, but this is attached to a zombie arm, and this is called the zombie lantern. So this is a zombie groundbreaker, as they're known, where the head is coming out of the ground and the arm, and he is holding a jack-o'-lantern. So this is a one-piece prop, as you can see. It does come with a steel stand on this side. And all of these props are made out of foam-filled latex. And so the foam filler it's a polyfoam, which is a backer to the latex, which obviously adds strength, but it adds a density, and it just helps keep the overall shape of everything. So the foam is very high end. All of these products are weather treated. So obviously come October, September, whenever it is, you may decorate for Halloween, or maybe if you just want a fall display, or maybe, you know, whatever kind of decor maybe you want to do inside. These are treated no matter where you put them. So the UV treatment is going to protect against the sun, and the UV treatment is also a sealer, which is going to help protect against water. Now, something to note, those sealers do well to an extent. Now, these aren't something you want to leave outside year long every year. So that's just something to keep in mind, and to take them out of the sun when they're not in use is always a good idea. But the zombie lantern is quite an interesting concept, a little bit different. But the really cool thing about him is that the top comes off, and then the light. You can just put the light in, and you can just set that top back on there, if I can get it back on there. It's a little harder when you're upside down. But anyway, we can custom paint this guy as well. The pumpkin obviously is in the classic orange, but we can do white and all the other variations that I said. And this is called the zombie skin version of this guy with the green flesh. So moving on from that, this is not a new product. This guy came out last year. This is our variation of, well, dare we say it, from a movie, a monster from a movie, Pumpkinhead, but we call him the Pumpkin Man. And this is the olive variation. So we introduced one last year where he was flesh, but in some of the sequels, I believe he is more of an olive green. And so we tried our hand at painting the olive version, and here he is. He is foam-filled latex. He is what is known as a bust, and he is really more of a collector's item as opposed to a prop that maybe you could use. But if you have an idea, of course, you could use him in some sort of display or scene. Now, he is foam-filled latex, as I said, but all of his teeth are resin. And so these teeth are glued in, and they are very, very strong. And that resin just adds a whole kind of another level of a realistic feel. And so that is our Pumpkin Man. And last but not least, this guy right here is another prop head, much like Jack Jr. here. And he is known as Pumpkin Spice 2.0 because last year we introduced Pumpkin Spice, which was similar to this. Basically, it's a zombie that's come out of the ground, and he unfortunately had a few pumpkins growing underground with him, and they kind of grew into his head, and well, kind of made, for a bad day for that poor zombie. So, this is the classic orange again. We can paint him with a white pumpkin. We can make the pumpkin look rotten, as I said before. And this is the flesh skin version. And so we can do a zombie skin, which would be more green like this guy. or any other idea that you may have. So he is backed with foam because he is a large prop, but he is also mostly hollow. So there is a line of foam in there, but he's still hollow. So if you want to make a scarecrow, if you want to make a prop, if you want to make a full-size zombie, if you want to make a half zombie, or anything else you can think of, you can buy this head and place it on your prop, and you're good to go as far as the head goes. And buy it and place it. That's kind of the idea there. But a lot of fun stuff this year. We have more in the pipeline, but all of the stuff you see, all of the variations that I mentioned are available right now on www.henrymonsterdesigns.com. Again, that's henrymonsterdesigns.com. And we are always running random specials. If you follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/henrymonsterdesigns, you're going to see a lot of content there. You're going to see specials posted. You're going to see videos. You're going to see process videos of how we sculpt things, how we mold things, how we paint things. I may even show some of my terrible little drawings and concepts. But you can also find us on Instagram at Henry_monster_designs. We also have an X account at Henry_monsters. And obviously, we have a YouTube at Henry Monster Designs. And so you can find us all over on social media. But if you're not wanting to try to find us that way, just go to henrymonsterdesigns.com, and the links to our social media is on the top and the very bottom of the site. I think it's pretty much every page on the whole website. So visit our shop, take a look around. Typical turnaround on product this time of year is probably 2 to 4 weeks. The closer we get to October, of course, that's probably gets expanded to 4 to 6 or even 6 to 8 weeks. So try to get your orders in before July would be your best bet to get stuff. And that way you can get all of your items and get everything ahead of time. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, or you have an idea as far as like a paint scheme or something, most products you can type in a custom scheme if you want it. But if you don't see that there, just go to the contact form and ask. And we can, if you want it painted pink, I guess we could do that. So whatever you want, we can do it. No extra charge for paint schemes. Yeah, please check out all our older product. We do have 5-packs available in pretty much all the pumpkin styles. We can do 10 packs. We can do bulk orders. If you want a bulk order of pumpkins, please message us first and we can get you a discount on that. But again, be on the lookout on our social media platforms for once in a while we might do daily deals, we might do weekly deals, we might even do monthly deals if everyone's nice. But yeah, again, HenryMonsterDesigns.com. Go build yourself a monster today. Thanks, guys. God bless you.